Hi everyone and welcome back. Today I wanted to share my story about abortion, miscarriage, and rainbow babies. I'm going to try to get through this without crying, but it is emotional, so just bear with me. So when I was younger, I had like I was a good person, but like I don't know, I had a mentality that the way they push abortion is that like, oh, you're not really killing a baby. It's not even formed yet. Just all this craziness that's completely untrue. And so mind you, this was after my oldest was already born. And so I should have known, like, yeah, that's a baby in there. Like, as, as soon as the egg is fertilized, that's a baby. But, the brainwashing that goes on with abortion and a lot of other things in this world is just ridiculous. So I had found out I was pregnant, and it just was not the right time for me. And I'm not saying that like now. I'm thinking that then, okay? I had just split up with my daughter's father, and I was all excited about being this, independent woman, and, the whole feminism propaganda, like, and I was dating some loser, and taking no precautions, and I got pregnant, and I was crying to my sister, and I mean, my first thought was abortion. Like, now that I think about it, it kills me. Like, it kills me that I thought that way. And my mom and my sister went with me, and the father went with me. And it was just like, it was no big deal for me. Like, it's crazy. It hurt. It hurt very bad. But it didn't emotionally hurt me yet. When after the abortion, I got put on Mirena. I think that's what it's called, Mirena. It's an IUD that they put in your like uterus, and it's supposed to be good for like 10 years or something. And I started getting really sick from it. I bled the entire time. This was like 6 months. I bled the entire time. I just felt so sick. I felt like I was dying. So I got it taken out, and I ended up doing the Depo-Vera shot, I think it's called. And I didn't have a period on it. And I did that for, let's see, about 3 years. And so when I was about 27, I quit doing the birth control. I wanted to have another baby. It was something inside me that I wanted another one. And I wasn't in, like, I was in a couple, like, long-term relationships. They weren't that long, but I wasn't getting pregnant at all. And so when I was about 30, I talked to the gynecologist, and he said sometimes when you're on birth control, it takes a while for everything to get back to normal and for a woman to get pregnant. And I thought, okay, like, and he said if you don't get pregnant within the year, you know, then we'll, like, look into doing some tests or whatever. So I didn't get pregnant within the year, and I was devastated, and I just, like, started really thinking about the abortion. That's when it really started to affect me. And I felt that God was punishing me for killing my baby, because that's what it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, you know. And I felt like that's what was happening. And I felt so empty and so, like, I felt like less of a woman, like, that I couldn't have a baby. And so when I was 31, I ended up getting pregnant. And I mean, I was ecstatic. My daughter was ecstatic because she had been wanting a sister or brother for so long, since she was like 8 years old. And we just were over the moon. We were so happy, and I'll never forget that day. I'll never forget that day. I was laying on the couch, and well, that morning I seen just a little spot of pink, and I know that it is normal to spot during pregnancy, so I didn't, like, think, you know, I didn't make a big deal out of it right away. And so I was laying on the couch, just figured I would take it easy. Maybe I was doing too much, you know? And a swarm of blackbirds um, just swooped down on my patio. And I don't know if you guys are like familiar with like symbolism and stuff like that, but blackbirds always seem to represent like death or like tragedy. And I kind of knew, like when I saw those birds, I knew like I was losing my baby. And so I went to the emergency room, and I felt on my knees outside of the hospital, and I cried to God. I said, please, please don't take my baby. Like, I'm sorry that I had an abortion. I'm sorry. I said, please don't take my baby, please. And I begged and I begged and I begged. And, you know, that it's an awful, awful feeling knowing there's nothing you could do, you know, to stop a miscarriage. And you just get sent home, and it's awful. And then, so then, like, I had a long time, you know, it took me a while to lose the baby, probably like a week. And so for that whole week, I thought so much about that abortion and how wrong it was, and how really, like, you really get what you put into this world, you know? And, but I didn't, like, I wasn't mad at God, and I didn't lose my faith in Him. And I figured that, you know, it was part of His plan. It was part of His plan, and I thought, like, maybe since I killed my unborn child, maybe God had to, like, take, you know, this one. Like, I had a lot of different kind of thoughts in my head, you know. And then, just a second, Amaya's up. Okay, real quick, look how cute. I honestly hate Disney, and I hate any kind of like Disney characters on clothes, but this was one of her new outfits from Target. I couldn't help it. It was like so cute. He's so cute. He's so cute. So, then where was I? You know, I didn't lose my faith. I wasn't angry at God. I just, like I said, I figured it was His plan, you know, part of His plan. And then like, as the months went by, I I felt, well, at least I am able to get pregnant, you know, like, so that made me feel a little bit better, like, because before, when I wasn't getting pregnant at all, like I said, it made me feel like, what's wrong with me? Like, my job as a woman is to get pregnant and have children, and I wasn't able to do that, and it was, it's an awful feeling. My heart goes out to any woman who struggles with fertility. I mean, it's awful. It's awful. And so anyways, 6 months after I miscarried, I found out I was pregnant again. And I'll tell you what, a pregnancy after a miscarriage is the scariest thing. Because no matter how careful you are, no matter how far you make it, that there's always something in the back of your mind that, what if she's stillborn? What if, you know, what if she comes out and can't breathe? Or like, you know, just awful, awful, scary thoughts go through your mind, which they do when you're pregnant anyways, but after a miscarriage, it's crazy. I mean, you're never able to relax. Like, it's just constant, like, nervousness. So, but, you know, luckily it has a happy ending, and I thank God for her every day. And, you know, I pray for anyone out there who gets brainwashed into having an abortion, thinking it's nothing, and then finding out later, like, how bad it really does screw you up. But, so that's my story, and, I hope it can help somebody if they're going through anything similar. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please give it a like if you liked it. Please subscribe if you're interested. And I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless.